Cool. I should move myself over. I was almost like, where's the pen? Hey, what is up? Whoa. Hey, what is up? Kate the Grey here. Welcome back to my channel. It's really nice to have you here. It really is. Oh, of course. This is my birthday sign. Also, I have a clip in my hair. Can you see it? I can't see if you can see it. It's new, but let's jump into it. Today, we are going to be talking all things kind of mental health. This is part 4 of how to create your ideal fitness and health path, the series that I've been doing. We've already covered the first video, which was just the general one, talking about all the elements that I dive into. The second one was nutrition 101. The third was movement 101. And then here we are with mental health 101, kind of. But today we're going to be talking about how mental health, your mental health, and just the mental health aspect of all of the elements relates to your fitness and health path, because your mind and your mental health plays such a role in your path, whatever it is or whatever that means for you. Because like I've mentioned in other videos, every single thing that you're doing in regards to your fitness and health path, whatever decisions you're making it with your mind. I mean, that's a pretty obvious statement, but I sometimes just like to remind people that like everything you're doing is driven with your mind, obviously, because you're making choices. So it's whether or not you're moving or whether you're deciding to eat something over something else, everything is driven by some sort of decision with the mind. Okay, I feel like that's pretty obvious. I just wanted to mention it again, why this is such an important thing. And I'm gonna dive more into other parts. Oh my gosh, can I talk? I'm gonna dive into other parts of mental health and other elements zoned into mental health that would affect your path, and certain things you can try or just be aware of when you are going and setting up your path, because again, mental health plays such a huge role, like everything else, or I wouldn't be talking about it. I'd also like to mention that I already made a mental health video. It's nothing new if you've watched my channel before or watched my vlogs or whatever. I had been diagnosed with anxiety and OCD like 10 years ago or whatever, but I struggle with that a lot. So I have done things throughout that whole time to help my mental health, and it's a long journey. I'm still working on things, but I have accumulated some tips and tricks that work specifically for me, and they might help with you, maybe. However, I'm not a professional in the mental health realm, but it does play a role in so much that I do personally and professionally with training my clients, the nutritional coaching. It is really important to have some things in my back pocket, whether to help myself or to help others. So check out this video here because I dive into mental health. We have a little chit chat about it and all the tips and tricks that I've done for myself to set myself up better in regards to the mental health realm. Including in that video, I also talk about this template, which is a positive affirmations template, and I'll get into that in a second. Positive affirmations has been like something that is amazing for me and my mental health, and I know it does help a lot of other people. So in efforts to make things easier for myself, I made this template that I just fill in every single day. It's prompted so I don't have to think about it too much, so I don't get overwhelmed with like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. What do I say? What do I write? So it makes it easier for me, and I decided to share it with you. So if you want, you can click the link down in the description. It'll say positive affirmations template. It's free. You can just put in your email and then you can download it from there. That's another option for you. But let's jump into it. Of course, with the iPad, cannot miss an opportunity to use it. Okay, so we're gonna start. I have to remember to like write kind of small. Mental health. Woohoo! First things first, what I'm always going to say is seek a professional. This is extremely important because, like I mentioned earlier, I am not a professional in the mental health realm, and I seek a therapist who has helped me so much. I've actually sought a couple of therapists throughout my time of over the course of like 10, maybe it's 11 years, I'm not sure. Seeking a professional in, I guess, anything is always a good idea. Just as people come to seek me because I'm a fitness and health professional, it's the same thing with anything really that you're seeking a professional for. So I would always, first things first, just suggest that it's always a good idea to seek a professional. And I also mentioned that in the other video. That's like the first thing I mentioned because going to therapy has helped me personally so much, and I know it does help a lot of other people. Just saying. But I'm here right now. Okay. Another thing is stress management. And mental health is very broad. So when I'm talking about mental health, it's really whatever it means to you. To me specifically, it's stress, anxiety, OCD, you know, everything involved with all of that. So when you're going down your fitness and health path, so much of stress management plays a role. So being able to control or lower your stress, that's a huge thing. And it will make a big difference with your results. Now, I'm not you and I don't understand your mental health. However, this goes back to what I was just saying before, which is seeking a professional. So making sure that your stress management is figured out and you can cope in a certain way that works for you. That person is not me. Someone who's more qualified in the mental health realm will help you figure out how to cope with your mental health struggles. But I just wanted to mention it, of course. Next thing. Organization and simplicity. I'm not sure if I'm spelling these things right, but here we are. Organizing things in your life will help you manage things that you do better, being able to create a routine, creating simplicity, which is what I just said, and not feeling overwhelmed with any sort of disorganization in your life. And I'm talking about like really broad disorganization. It could be anything that I'm talking about. Organization is also a form of self-care. Anything can really be self-care, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. But creating an organized space, an organized mind frame, setting yourself up with habits, routines, again, that's going to come in another video, and then just making sure that you have some sort of plan. That will help so much in getting things done and creating priorities in your life. That's why when it comes to plans or programs, why trainers or just programs in general that you find from a professional online or YouTube, Instagram, any platform that you see, people create plans and programs in order to organize some sort of routine for people, whether that's exercise, nutrition, or really anything, I guess. And that will help create some calmness, some peace, some space in your mind so that once you have things organized, you can focus on so many other things and everything is kind of laid out for you. Moving on. Self-care. Now this is a huge one. Self-care is talked about all the time, and it's really whatever that means to you. So whether that's putting on sunblock to take care of your skin when you're out in the sun, or doing things or going out of your way to do things that make you truly happy, that's a form of self-care. Making sure you're getting enough sleep, water, nutrition, which I mentioned in the other nutrition video, this one, and then movement, getting exercise in, whether that's going for a walk or strength training, which again I also mentioned in this video. Watching TV, I carve out times in my day to make sure I have time to watch TV because I enjoy it. So it's just about making a plan, organizing, or just knowing that you want to do certain things for yourself and then taking the steps to make sure they get done as a form of self-care. In a broader sense, Self-care could also mean cutting out or separating yourself or removing people from your life who don't serve you happiness. So if you're interacting with someone that causes you stress, maybe it's in your best interest to separate yourself from them. That's just another example. Positive affirmations, this template. Positive affirmations is a huge thing, and it really, really, really does help reframing the mind with positive thoughts and trying to eliminate intrusive ones, whatever that means to you. I know that's a big thing with me. And again, happiness will look different for everyone. Like I just mentioned, those are just some random self-care things, but it will look different for everyone. Try scrolling around on the internet and see other self-care ideas of other people's routine videos or habit videos, and then just seeing what they do and see if it works for you. Or just trial and error things out. Next one, all about the mindset. I hate that I made the circle first and I did that last video and I'm so annoyed. Okay, it's all about the mindset. What I was saying earlier before in the beginning of the video, everything you do is a decision coming from the mind. And again, this is a very obvious thing. However, some people don't always think about it, or they'll make decisions based on emotions. I'm a huge person of making decisions based on emotions. So that's where wrangling in my mental health and making sure I'm controlling a lot of things, controlling a lot of thoughts, so that I'm not making an emotional decision. For example, if I am feeling stressed or just upset or anything really, I guess, related to mental health, anxious, I will choose maybe to not work out, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that, or I don't want to add that stress to my body. Whether that's an ideal or non-ideal decision for that moment is also dependent on that moment. However, sometimes I'll just make a decision emotionally and eat something really high in sugar. So I'll get ice cream, but I've already had ice cream through the week, and I know personally ice cream isn't bad. However, if I eat it very consistently, it will have some non-ideal effects on me. So the sugar will just increase my anxiety, increase my OCD, and it'll hurt my joints if you watch videos of me personally with my hypermobility, which will increase pain, and it's not aligned with my goals of fat loss. It's just keeping your mental health in check and just remembering that everything is coming from the mind. It's all about your mindset. It's all about looking towards the bigger picture of your goals. And I've mentioned this in the other 3 videos, but I just wanted to pop it in one more time because I'm going to talk about it probably in the other ones, but it's all about the mindset. Everything is driven from decisions you are making with your own mind. And again, it's reframing. So the positive affirmations, like I've said a million times, is a huge thing for me. Whatever that means for you, whatever positive affirmation you want for your life is okay. And it will work because it's catered to you. And then 2 other things which I mentioned in the other mental health video is you are not alone. Okay, that one worked out with making the circle first. Love that for me. Just remember that in the mental health realm, anything in regards to struggles, mental struggles, you have to remember that you're not alone. And I say this in the other video. Wait, I think I already said that. But whatever you're going through, I promise you're not alone. And if you feel like you are, come back to these videos and listen to me again, because I promise you're not alone. You can do hard things. You can overcome obstacles and mental health struggles. Just wanted to put that out there as a reminder, because I can definitely understand the feeling of being alone, feeling embarrassed, feeling like no one's going to understand what I'm thinking, but it's not true. I promise. And lastly, deep breaths. I'm specifically talking about diaphragmatic breathing. This is not something new that I've talked about. I'm a huge advocate for deep breaths in regards to tapping into the parasympathetic system, so relaxing your body, relaxing your mind in any realm. So it helps with mental health, it helps with physical health, it helps with mobility, it helps with just getting things properly aligning so that maybe your digestive system will benefit from it and decreasing stress that way. I say something like 10 breaths a day will go a long way. You know, just 10 silly little breaths. They're not silly and little. They should be deep and meaningful. However, if you think about it, just incorporating a few deep breaths throughout your day, I promise will go such a long way. I mean, how many times can I say it? I really like to rhyme, apparently. I like to do something called the 5-5-5 method. I don't know if I made that up. It's not like a new thing, but it's an inhale for 5 seconds, holding your breath for 5 seconds, and then exhaling for 5 seconds. And I'm telling you, it will make such a difference, even if you do it, like, honestly, just once, just like once. Just do it right now, like while you're sitting here watching this video. I also have made a 3-minute guided breath. This is a big thing, and I made this for myself and whoever to follow along. I count and guide the breath the whole time. So I do the 5-5-5, 5-second inhale, 5-second hold, 5-second exhale for a 3-minute span. And it's a great thing to have. So make sure you check out that video if you're ever feeling like you need a little bit of a guidance on the breath thing. And it also just, I take the busy work out of having to count, and you can just focus on the breaths. Regardless, make deep breathing a part of somewhere in your routine, and you could thank me later. That was just an honorary mention because I love myself a good deep breath. But done with the iPad. Thank you so much. And I went through everything that I basically wanted to talk about, and do not forget the number one thing. Seek a professional. I promise you're not alone, and a professional will help guide you in the entire mental health realm. It's just about finding someone that works for you. And again, I talked about that in the other video, but just make sure you seek a professional for your struggles, and then incorporate all of these other tips that I've given you and add them into your fitness and health path. And I wanted to mention it as a part of this whole series because mental health just plays such a huge role with everything in regards to fitness and health. And believe me, I understand it from a professional setting, and I also understand it from a personal setting. Not personal setting, from a personal position. Thank you so much for watching. If you did make it this far into the video, I really appreciate it. And don't forget, the positive affirmations template will be down below in the description. You can just click it, and it's free, and you can just be on your merry way. And if you didn't, make sure you go back to watch the first 3 parts so you're completely caught up, so that when we get to the end, we can do a big goals setting video, which I'm very excited about. I hope that you have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.